Now, welcome to another edition of News from Naboo with Thor's Lightning Takes, as always. And let's get right to the news.
Announcement. Me Monday will be back on Monday this week.
Well, it should be. Well, it should be.
And you'll definitely want to stay tuned for the This Week in Star Wars section at the end, because we're going to go over some of the celebration panels that are coming up that we find very interesting and what they could entail.
Yes, even though we won't be seeing them on a live stream.
I don't want to talk about that. It's sad.
It's upsetting.
Mm-hmm. First up, we're going to talk about how Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni sat down with StarWars.com to talk about their time at Lucasfilm and the creation of The Mandalorian. The pair do seem like best friends. They say, we're fortunate, between John and I, we get along like we're playing with our old Kenner toys.
They do have that really good rapport, don't they, and vibe about them.
Like, they're like long-lost brothers or something. They're best friends. It's great. I love seeing the two of them interview together.
I remember their first Star Wars celebration together. They did the first man. I'm like, God, this is perfect. These two are just like friends making Star Wars. Like, you couldn't ask for anything more than this.
And of course, they have plenty of passion going into their work. With The Mandalorian airing on Wednesdays, we're thrilled to see the new characters and the old characters and the returning characters coming in.
No one's ever really gone.
They say we're in this time period post-Return of the Jedi that in some ways we think of as all the way up to The Force Awakens. You always move between big known things in the cinematic world, and we plot those out. We discuss groups, we discuss characters, we discuss who should come into the story or who should not. And obviously, by the third season, we have a lot of people in play already.
Yeah, they do. So much so that it doesn't seem like this is necessarily the Mandalorian anymore, singular.
Well, they have joked in the past how they work on whiteboards to figure everything out and ensure they're telling one cohesive story. I would love to see that board now. They're like ladders and sub-boards that they can pull over.
I got the Charlie meme from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia in my head right now, where everything's going everywhere. I think we all do. That's probably what it's like.
Oh my goodness. It's a crime board now.
Yes.
I mean, this story gets harder to keep straight all the time, just as Star Wars in general. I mean, Star Wars timelines.
Oh, they're still doing that?
It comes out this month. It
doesn't.
It does.
No.
Yes, it does.
The delay is coming. It's inevitable.
No. This is the closest we've got to it without being pushed back further.
I am going to laugh so hard when this weekend at Celebration they have a book panel. I'm like, we're delaying that again because we can't make sense of all of this. But we are definitely going to review that. We got to talk about battle scars yet, too.
Yeah, we got to talk about that and the Hunter's book. Because everyone's waiting to talk about that Hunter's book. It's so good.
Yeah, we will get the battle scars review out this week. Guaranteed.
Promises from Thor. On the creation of Grogu for The Mandalorian, Favreau kind of goes into how important it was to keep Baby Yoda a secret from the public.
You mean the child? They never referred to him as Baby Yoda.
They didn't want to, and then they didn't. Stuck. What else did you think was going to happen? Come on.
Come on, it was too obvious. Come on.
He said, you have a responsibility for Star Wars to George Lucas, and to Kathleen Kennedy, and to the people who brought me in, and the audience. They're invested in these characters, and you have young people who are growing up with the characters and what they represent. You feel very protective of that and trying to hold as high of a standard as you can. I think those moments, the Baby Yoda reveal, was very organic to the story, and just the idea of surprising to make it a bit of a left turn to people's expectations that this was going to be a guy running and gunning through the galaxy. It was a nice twist, and I'm really happy that everyone supported us keeping that a secret. We put the audience expectations first there.
I think they got lucky.
Oh my goodness, so many hands in the pot, that could have been...
Yeah, the reveal of Baby Yoda, I think, could have gone the whole other direction. People could have been like, what are you doing with this show right now?
Yeah. They probably just locked everybody in a warehouse, too. Like, no one leaves.
And I think it's...
Smartphones, no.
Yeah, it's a very, very good thing that did not get out early because, I mean, we're talking middle of the sequel backlash. You're going to have, people like me who get a hold of that and go, well, look at what they're doing, putting Baby Yoda in a
Oh, that would have been torn apart.
This looks so fan servicey and stupid. And, I mean, I'm not necessarily saying I would have said that. I would have still been hopeful, or at least I want to believe I would have been. But I think if that got out there early, you're going to have a lot of people tearing that apart.
Mm-hmm. Filoni kind of attributes some of the show's success to him having worked in Star Wars for 15 years, as well as its fantastic crew who spent long hours researching and finding even suitable materials for props and costumes. He says, Kathleen Kennedy was adamant about the level of visual effects that this thing needed to have. It has to be equal to a movie. Everybody invests in this, And so, you know, we are delivering something that we can be proud of and that we like as fans. At the end of the day, you can only make something that you really enjoy and hope that other people like it. But the response to Grogu when people saw him, and that was on a level that even though I'd been with Star Wars a while, I had never experienced anything like it. I think that's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. You're lucky if you're ever part of something like that. If anything, it puts more pressure on you because you know how many eyes are watching this. The expectations have grown, but it's a privilege to have that.
Again, could have been a whole other story with that. And I'm glad it's become, I know The Mandalorian has become, because we needed something at that point, I think, in the fandom to rally around, and so glad it worked. Because here we are still. Otherwise, I think a lot of us wouldn't be if The Mandalorian had been bad. And not only was it not bad, but it was exceptionally good, I thought, in those first seasons. Baby Yoda was a surprise to be sure, but a welcome one.
And lastly, Favreau kind of discusses how everyone who's working on the show, they do their best to bring new and exciting things every episode. He said, we like to have surprises. We like to have something revealed each episode. I like when everybody tries to see it at the same time and then talks about it and reacts to it, discusses it, tries to guess what's happening next. That's part of the fun of the serialized storytelling. We want to make sure that each week a new piece of information comes out and that maybe things resolve in an unexpected way, but ways that feel justified and emotionally resonant and character-based. Look, we just hope that people enjoy this new set of stories. I certainly am enjoying doing what I'm doing. Hopefully we can do it for a long time.
Yeah, one of the best parts about Star Wars is talking some Star Wars, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's how we kill time between the content, especially back in the day when movies were 3 years apart, if not decades apart.
Don't remind me.
Yeah, I mean, I love the serialized thing. I like getting in, you know, I'm glad it's not the Netflix drop it all at once thing, because then everybody's going to try to race through it and you're worried about spoilers everywhere. You know, one episode a week, hopefully you can find the time to watch it in the first couple days. You know, you don't get it spoiled, even though people love to put spoilers on thumbnails these days. We try to avoid that here. But yeah, I love the way it works. You know, you get an episode, we get to discuss, we get to theorize, and then the next one comes out, we get to be all wrong.
Sometimes I'm not wrong.
So no, you've actually gotten more, I think, right than I have this season.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's move on to new this week in Star Wars, etc. with Celebration News. Tuesday, for books, we have some High Republic novels coming out. First being the adult novel, Cataclysm, and the junior novel for High Republic, The Quest for Planet X.
I will be reading that, and maybe we'll review that one. I don't know. We've been so far behind. We've been wanting to do more book reviews, and it's just sometimes it's been tough with Bad Batch and Mando going at the same time.
All right, Wednesday, big day, Mando Season 3, Episode 6.
No Bad Batch episode. A little sad.
I know. We've also got the new Super Mario Brothers movie coming out. And for comics, Star Wars 33 and Hidden Empire 5.
Yeah, almost done with the whole Hidden Empire long Kira storyline thing. That's how it all finishes.
Friday, the excitement kicks off at Star Wars Celebration. We've got some interesting panels to look out for. These are, we believe, all listed in the London time zone, so it's going to be rather early for us.
Especially if you live on the West Coast.
Yep. First up, from 11 to 12:30, is the Lucasfilm Studio Showcase.
That's where all the big announcements should be, right?
Yeah.
New movie.
They'll probably announce the next 5 or 6 Indiana Jones, right? Maybe announce that Willow is indefinitely continuing to be on hold.
No, that'll be hush-hushed, even though poor Warwick Davis. I'm assuming he's hosting again this year, and yeah. It's got to be rough. He deserved so much better.
This is the panel we were all looking for. This is the panel that we should get.
New movie announcement. Or plural announcements.
There's a rumor going around that there's supposed to be 3 movies that are going to get announced. We still have the Taika Waititi. We have the one that just got a new writer.
How many there are just kind of floating out there? Yeah.
They're floating around.
Hey, if you announce 3 and you get 1, that's going to be a win for them, right? At this point.
She announced like 18 and we got nothing yet.
Yeah. So. Well, that's why I'm saying if you go 3, there's a good chance. I mean, maybe not a good chance, but like we're bound to get 1, right? One of them.
And mind you, this list is only panels that I cherry-picked and thought were very interesting. There are other panels that news will be circulating all over the world and internet for. The next one is, again, on Friday from 3 to 4 p.m. Making of Andor Season 1. Tony Gilroy and Diego Luna are attending.
I wish that was being streamed. Because I would love to watch that.
Right, the making of is interesting, and sometimes they drop tidbits and hints about what's coming for season 2.
I mean, other than the big one before it, I think that might be, and the Hasbro one, just because I'm an idiot and I want to see what crap Hasbro's going to
we're not there yet.
push out to us.
Let's move on to Saturday
it's
then.
Not crap, though.
Saturday, the first panel of the day of import, 11 to 12 p.m., the Ahsoka panel with Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau. There it is.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's always an Ahsoka panel, but this one actually has a grander purpose because I'm sure they will be discussing the series.
Trailer.
But will we get to see it? Here's the question: do we get to see that trailer?
Are they going to release it? I think we're so close to actually having the series premiere. I think we're getting a trailer and a date, and I think they will stream to them first, let them see it in person first, and by the end of the day, it's going to be up on the internet.
Or we'll see it on somebody's shaky phone cam with somebody's head in the way.
So if you have the shaky phone cam and you're a Discord member, remember, send it to me.
Yeah, we got to see it either way.
We do have to see it.
I don't care. I'll watch
shaky
the shaky
head cam. We'll watch it.
Yep.
Next panel of interest is from 12 to 1. It is the Lego Star Wars collecting panel. We might be getting some new set announcements. I know there are some leaked sets that I've seen popping up on Reddit that are possibly detailing some new sets that are coming. Like a new set of the Ghost that includes some characters we may not know.
May not know?
Because it's going to be based on Ahsoka.
So they're going to take the Ghost. Is this really going to be like a...
Well, the Ghost is in the shaky cam trailer we saw last year.
No, but I mean, is like the Ghost going to be the ship they take? I mean, Ahsoka did have a ship. Is it really going to be the whole crew heading out to look for Ezra? Or
I don't know if we're going to get the whole crew. I don't think they're going to bring Zeb. I think, and as sad as it is, I think it's because he might be too costly to keep on screen.
But he looks so good. They spent money on him. Spend a little bit more. Let's get Zeb in there.
I think that's why he's not coming.
Because you're too expensive.
Because for Twi'leks, they do practical effects.
Yes.
Sabine, she'll be in armor. Ahsoka, practical effects again. Jason is a weird green-eyed human.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why Jason looks the way he does. I mean, that's a whole video. That's a weekend ramble in itself right there.
This is why you don't mix Twi'lek and human. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought he would look more alien, honestly.
Yeah.
Maybe have some of the markings like they usually have, or shorter Leiku. I don't know. I just expected a little more from a mix. I'm a human. It's like
with somehow Hera's skin color translated to his hair color.
He's just turned into an anime character. That's all.
Yeah.
Still on Saturday, 1 to 2 p.m., the Star Wars High Republic panel. For Light and Life, they'll be talking about something most people aren't reading.
Unfortunately. It
has its moments.
It has its moments. It's got some good, it's got some bad.
From 2 to 3 p.m., we have the 40 Years of Return of the Jedi panel.
That
would be a beautiful panel, I'm sure. Lots of inside details and fun reminiscing.
The greatest Star Wars movie of all time.
From 4 to 5 p.m. is the Hasbro Star Wars and Indiana Jones panel.
I love that they throw Indiana Jones in there now.
Well, because they have toys now. They don't have a lot of other Lucasfilm property that they are making toys for in Hasbro.
No, there's nothing else. Yeah. Willow didn't exactly get toys made.
There's also the rumor right now that Hasbro will be announcing a new HasLab project for the Vintage Collection line. The rumor is it's going to be a Ghost that comes with Hera, and the add-on tiers will be more members of the Ghost crew.
I'd be very surprised at that. I think the Ghost would be more likely if it is featured in Ahsoka and if the announcement came during or after the Ahsoka series.
It is after the panel.
No, but I mean the series itself. Like when the Ahsoka series comes out, if the Ghost is heavily featured. Because, I mean, let's be honest, Rebels is not the most popular show. So just put it out there, but it's like the Rancor mistake all over again.
But
you had a Rancor in Book of Boba Fett, you announced it before that.
But after all of us getting some hype for the Ahsoka series with a trailer and things dropping, people might be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna order the new ship." Even if they don't know it from the past, they might be seeing it and know it from the future.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'd be surprised. That's all I'll say. I could be wrong, and maybe I will be, and that'll be fine.
Sunday, we're moving on. We've got from 11 to 12 the Villains of the Sequel Trilogy panel, which they're putting in the bigger stage. So I'm curious as to what they have to say about that, and is it an apology? I don't know. I know Ian McDermott's going to be there.
Of course, yes.
Yeah.
He's probably the only one. I don't think Adam Driver will be there. I'd be
Gwendolyn
stunned.
Christie's going to be there, I think.
Okay, well.
I know she's going to be at the event. I think she was listed as somebody who's attending the panel.
Cool. Maybe.
No, Andy Serkis is going to be there, too.
Oh,
I know he's going to be there. Him, Gwendolyn Christie, and Ian McDermott are all listed as going to be attending that panel.
And no Adam Driver, because that guy is done with Star Wars.
And then they'll be really sad when they're like, questions, and everyone's like, can we talk about Kino Loy?
Yeah. Is he still alive? Did he become Snoke?
From 1:30 to 2:30, we have a look back at Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Let's not look forward, though.
Let's just look back and leave it at that.
Can look back at that show and, okay,
Always,
just don't look forward to a season 2, please.
Yeah, always a fun event is the Star Wars cosplay competition from 2:30 to 3:30. I wish they would at least stream that.
We've watched that like every year. That is like one of our favorite things.
I really love that. I love to see how people look. Sometimes I look at those costumes and I go, I don't even know the first thing about how you did that, but it's amazing.
Yeah.
And then I pick my own winner.
Hey, you introduced me to the idea of cosplay. You made me an outfit for our local Ren Fair.
We went as pirates.
Yeah, we went with a bunch of friends and they all laughed at me.
Pirate Day.
Because they didn't dress up, and then when we got there, they were the ones laughed at because they didn't dress up. So, revenge is a dish best served cold. No, that's not Star Wars.
From 4 to 5, there is the Disney Parks panel where Star Wars comes to life. The reason I listed this panel as interesting is because it's not just going to be about Galaxy's Edge. It's also going to cover the Disney Wish, which has like a small themed Star Wars area, and our favorite Star Cruiser.
Oh.
And I want to know,
Halcyon.
What do you have planned to try and salvage the sinking Star Cruiser?
It's unfortunate, man.
It's too expensive is the biggest problem.
And it's like, you picked the wrong time period. I don't know. I still think that. I mean, because the adults are going to be the ones who pay for it, right? And adults are going to probably not be as attached to the sequels.
They made a mistake setting everything that they had in the sequels.
Yeah.
Because first they start out by setting Galaxy's Edge, Batuu in the sequel era. I understand, but you might get more people if you set it during the OT.
OT? Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Just saying.
You could have still connected it with having the Halcyon Star Cruiser because the thing travels through time in its own way.
it's like
it's always around,
old, yeah.
So I don't understand the choices there. You could have done so many things. I mean, instead of using the First Order attacks the Halcyon, it could have just been the Empire. Yeah. Vader could have come on board. Instead of Kylo Ren looking for rebels, it could have been Vader on board looking for Luke or Han or any...
Han and Leia who were on the show. You could have tied it right into that fantastic book where they went on their honeymoon.
Not really, because that was after Darth Vader was dead.
Oh, well, yeah, you know.
You know, maybe you need the timeline book more than I thought.
Maybe I do. Holy cow.
To wrap up Sunday from 5:30 to 6:30 is the Lucasfilm Publishing panel, Stories from a Galaxy Far, Far Away.
That's where it'll be delayed, the timeline book.
No, it will not. It's coming out. It will. And I usually don't cover Monday, but because we're doing Celebration, that is the last day of Celebration this year until 2025, because there will not be a 2024.
I wonder what that means.
Nothing good in my head. Because if you're going to announce any new movies, you could announce them next year. I don't know why you aren't having one. You just get a little center and you do it.
You make it sound like they're throwing a party and they're barbecuing in the backyard or something. But no, I think it's a little peculiar. I wonder why. Maybe a ton of announcements this year, or I don't know.
Monday from 11 to 12 is the Star Wars Bad Batch panel.
Yeah, I'd love to watch that one too.
We're going to be looking back at Season 2, but hopefully looking
and announcing
forward.
Season 3.
From 12:30 to 1:30, we have the Marvel Comics Star Wars panel.
I love that gets relegated to like Monday afternoon. No.
Yeah, and it overlaps from 1 to 2 at the Star Wars Visions Volume 2 panel.
Why does that get relegated to Monday? Come on.
I know. And then from 4 to 5 is the closing ceremony.
Some good stuff. I just wish it was going to be shown.
Well, the closing ceremony will be, because it's going to be streamed to the Star Wars Celebration live stage, apparently.
So we're going to watch people watching it? Is that what you're telling me?
I don't know.
Excellent.
I do enjoy the live stage, but I'd rather see the panels.
No, I don't mind the interviews. Some nice little tidbits.
Well,
and just
sometimes
cool
the
to see
interviews,
some
of
of
course,
guys.
tie into panels that were had earlier.
Usually usually they get out of the panel and they go to the live stage, so I guess that's kind of a roundabout way to maybe get some news out of this thing.
But I'd rather just watch the panel.
Yeah, though I know a lot of people will be live tweeting from the event. And if that's you, I know a couple of people have reached out to me saying, hey, Thor, I'm going to be there. I can keep you posted. So by all means, keep me posted.
Yes, keep us posted any way you can. And if you want to send any pictures from your fun times at Celebration that you're not afraid of being seen on the internet, you can always send them to my Sailor Moon mailbag. Yeah, it's in the description below. I'd be happy to, when we talk about some of these panels, I can show whatever pictures you took, whether it be of you or of others. Of course, if you have their permission or whatever. I know that that's a big deal.
It is. So yeah, send them in. Mm-hmm. Whether that be, like I said, people or the convention itself or whatever.
I'd be happy to.
All right, well, that's going to be all we got for you this time. So do take to the comments below and tell us what you think of any and all of today's news, and tell us what you think about the panels at Celebration. Are you kind of bummed out that we won't be seeing them on live stream? Whatever the case may be, leave your comments below. Let's talk some Star Wars. And until next time, thanks for watching.